So for anyone that didn't know, I got invited to play the alpha test in March 6th for Rematch, which I was privileged enough to play this game for 3 hours together with lots of other people. Now, we are not allowed to talk about our initial experience, mechanics and all of that, but SloClap released a few details about this alpha test. Now, before we dive into this is just a reminder to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in anything Rematch related. As soon as we are allowed to share clips, information, all of that, I will be doing this, and you can find it all here. I will be covering more information and stuff that they will release, deep dives, all of that, you can find it here. But without further ado, we're gonna dive deeper into this small clip they released from the alpha test that we did a week ago. So there were apparently almost 11,000 players that played this alpha test that only lasted for 3 hours with a concurrent player count of 6,000, which is crazy. I would think that this concurrent player would be higher, because it was 10,000 players that were playing. Now, for anyone that read the specifications, of course, there were specific specifications for you to join, and this could be, I think that could be the problem. I'm not sure, I don't have this information, this is just my speculation, but I think this could be a reason. But you could still join, of course, but that could be a reason. But I had no issues. I think I can say that there were no issues. I think it went really well, so yeah. So almost 11,000 matches played, which is kind of crazy if it was a concurrent player count of 6,000, because I would be thinking, I mean, I played the full 3 hours, man, match after match. I didn't quit, man. So for this number to see matches played in total, including 50% rank, of course, there were some things going on with the ranked matches, which is why this number is 50%, is because one half of the test you could play ranked, one other half of the test testing out the quick play feature. I mean, or they try to focus more on the quick play feature. This number right here actually makes perfect sense. I don't know why they released this number, but it kind of makes perfect sense why it's 50% here. But matches played, I don't know if this number is really correct, but I would have guessed it would have been way higher if we just saw the number that it was 6,000 players. But okay, 10,000 matches played, crazy, because I think I did 400. No, I'm joking. I mean, we're gonna go into an interesting detail in a second here, which maybe is the reason why this number isn't as high as you maybe would have thought, and that is match details. Here we go. An average match duration was 7 minutes, like almost 8 minutes, give or take. And then matchmaking, all of that, you know, taking consideration, one match going into another match could maybe take in 10 minutes, maybe. So these are 10 minutes between matches, almost 11,000 matches with almost 7,000 players playing concurrently. Yeah, take it at what you will. Again, I think the total matches is still quite low, but something interesting about this number is this number tells you that right here, overtime is almost an average of 3 minutes, which is a healthy, I think this is a healthy number right here. This isn't anything sporadic, this isn't bad, this is actually really good. And overtimes are the moments where the game is actually at its most intense. So these periods, they should allow them to exist, which is good. There's a lot of flexibility as well of the overtime. So I think a 2.5 minutes, that's nice. That sounds really nice. That means that matches aren't dominant by one party or the other, and that balance sits quite well right now, which I agree. I do agree with that statement. So they talk about the goals, which is like 56,000 goals scored with lower than 50% accuracy. What does this tell us? This tells us that, you know, from the marketing that we've seen, oh, shooting, well, maybe that's too easy, whatever. No, shooting is actually I mean, if we look at the stats here, isn't as easy as you could initially think it is. And then of course you have goalkeepers as well, so depending on the skill of the keeper, it's even harder to score. But I mean, looking at these numbers, we can conclude that shooting isn't always guaranteed. A total of 56,000 goals scored, so for every player there are 5 goals scored, give or take, which, I mean, that's an interesting stat. But of course, we're going to go into another stat right here, which debunks the thing I said. But we're talking about, you know, just the average. We're talking about the average here. Now, I love this and I hate this at the same time, but this is a good thing. That's pass accuracy is down by 38%. And a tackle success rate of 16.7, almost 17%. So 39% pass accuracy. What does this mean? This means that a beta of 3 hours is, of course, not long. And this tells you that this game is easy to pick up, as we've seen from the goals. It's almost 50%, but hard to master. Passes it's an art form, passing. And of course, you are of full control of your character, as we have seen in the marketing. You are in third-person perspective. You control your character all the way through. So passing is your responsibility. It's not like in FIFA, where the game just passes for you. You just have to aim in the general direction. No, you control the power. You control where it goes. You control high, low, everything. You control bend even. You control it all. So this accuracy being this low tells you that the mechanics that are in place in the game are really deep. There's a lot of room for improvement by the player. Yes, the player. So the player has a lot of room for improvement, which is good. A game needs depth, and this game, looking at the numbers, nudge nudge, does have a lot of depth for the player to bite their teeth in. Now, a tackle success rate, I love this because I am a defender slash midfielder, so I'm a passer defender kind of player, and seeing this number makes me feel happy because I had a lot of success with this, and seeing this number so low only tells you, I mean, a few things, of course, but that's because people want to score, you know. Everyone wants to be the ego player, wants to be the person that turns 0 into 1 and wants to be the goal scorer. Everyone wants to be the hero, which is understandable. I mean, everyone needs a hero, but also everyone needs stable ground to stand on. So let this be motivation for you people that are going to play this game or buy this game, that hey, stable defense, someone we can rely on, is gonna be key. You are gonna be so valuable to a team if you can read the game, puzzle it together, intercept, tackle, and bring stability and calm to the team. I like this stat. This number will obviously go up when the game releases because people will start learning strategies and start learning the game well. But for a 3-hour alpha test, these are interesting numbers and interesting to analyze as well. You can get a lot of data out of just these numbers alone, which I like. I like that they are analyzing the numbers because that tells you a lot. That tells you that this development studio is going all in. They're analyzing. They want to perfect their craft. And we've seen this with Sifu, and we're seeing it again with Rematch. This development studio, they don't only know what they're doing, but they don't take an 8 out of 10 as a win. They go for 11 out of 10 with a cherry on top. That's who these guys are. And this is, if I would have known this, my alter ego would have been sky high, and I would not have been a defensive-minded player. I would have gone for goals, so my name would be on the leaderboard. Sadly, they don't post top assister because, I mean, of course, and defense, top tackles completed. Sadly, they don't show this. I hope, please, SloClap, if you hear this, please release these numbers, please. Please. I am really curious who the top 3 are. But I like that they're doing this. This is, you know, Blanco, Sism, and Zaraden. Sorry if I pronounce these wrong. Congratulations on being the top 3 scorers. I hope that you had a really good team that gave you, I mean, of course, the blueprint for you to make this happen. But these are the stats that they released. Overall, a very successful test, an alpha test that was only 3 hours and wasn't easy to get in. These are impressive numbers for a game that is I mean, actually unique in what it's trying to do here. So I'm really happy for SloClap. I'm happy for everyone that enjoyed this game like I did, and we can't wait. We all can't wait. The excitement for this game is sky high. I can't wait for early April to come, because, and they confirmed that, of course, the tech test will be early April. I mean, just a few weeks now, maybe 3 weeks, and then we will see a new test coming in. So for anyone that has not registered yet, scan this code, register, and I'll see you guys on the pitch. I heavily encourage everyone is, you know, on the edge, but you don't really know yet if you want to buy the game. Well, this is your opportunity to test the game, to see the game, you know, almost completed. It's not completed yet, but almost completed. Get a feel of the game and see if this is for you. But if you are a Rocket League player, if you are a football player, or just a football enthusiast, not even that, if you are an esports or a competitive player that likes team play, this game is it for you. This game has shooting, all right? So even if you're a shooter, a competitive shooter type of guy, this game, you know, might be for you. It's not because it's football that it should be restricted to only people that like football, even though this game is heavily, you know, encouraging and leaning towards that audience. Love it that they released these stats. I was almost wondering, hey guys, where is the content? I am hoping and waiting for a new deep dive video so I can go into depth into the mechanics, because I have not released a video in quite a while about these mechanics, but I hope they do it soon. Keep the hype going. I expect at least one video to release between now and the early test in April. If they release it, I will be there. I am Fluffy, I'm out. I wish you guys a wonderful day and see you guys in the next test. Bye bye.